Welcome to the Plug Talk with two of the guys that need no introduction. Y'all know I'm IB the Lifeline. Y'all know my guy D Marachi. Y'all know when y'all coming here what we doing. So let's get straight to it. This would be part two for us um, for the Megan and Tory case. Today was the opening statements. Would you like to start this off, or you want me to get down with the get down first, man?
Go ahead, IV. Do your thing, bro.
All right, I'm gonna just lay out the details. Start with the prosecution first, and then I want to see how you feel about it, and then we get into the defense.
Cool.
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 All right.
Cool.
So, of course, in any court proceedings, the opening statements always start with the prosecution first. They want to set the tone and paint the picture. So the tone that the prosecution wanted to set today, it was basically painting a picture of Tory being some psychotic, insecure, weirdo, violent dude. So the prosecution came out with that everything was fine. Megan was having a great day at the party. Tory showed up after her, and they were drinking. But Tory got mad because Megan said his music is trash. She said his music is trash. So the prosecutor is painting the picture that Tory got mad and exploded from this comment, which led to them arguing, getting kicked out of the party, and which ultimately led to him shooting her. This was the prosecution opening statements. Marachi, what do you have to say about that,
man? And again, everything is alleged, but I will first say, so now we're going back to 2020, right? So 2020, the Tory Lanez was on fire, man. He had that whole like radio show before they was even doing verses. He was on fire. You know what I mean? So his music being trash, nah, I don't agree. Now again, you know what I mean? Me and Ivy, we talked about this. We definitely not Tory Lanez fans, but we can't deny what the masses is saying. And he was on fire, especially with that whole radio show.
Yeah, I think the radio show was genius, and I think ultimately, regardless of what Timberland and Swiss have to say, I think Versus was spawned off of the idea of what he was doing on his radio show. To be honest with you, bro. But go ahead.
Yeah, so for that music to be on, for his music to be trash, I'm like, nah, man. But we noticing a pattern of what's going on. Like the stories is changing. You know what I mean? First, his music was trash. Then it was on you trying to protect the black man. Like there's a pattern that's going on here. But the consistent thing on her hand is that the story keeps changing, and like there's something about her. So we gotta pay attention to that, everybody. Go ahead, Ivy.
Well, I'm gonna say one. I think that's bullshit, and that's just something that everybody besides the prosecutor, the DA, and Megan was shocked to hear. They were the only ones that weren't shocked to hear that shit in court today. I think that was something that she made up. I think that was something they coached her to say, because I think that, especially when it comes down to these prosecutors, district attorneys, these lawyers, they have to have a defense. Their defense is based off of what they tell you, and they even build their defense coaching you into what they think will be the best thing to say. And I think after all this shit hit the fan, she got to think, man, they've been waiting to go to court on this shit almost 2.5 years. So this was the best they could come up with based off of the inconsistencies I think they've seen from her as well. And in order to fight this case in a proper way, they have to paint a false perception of this guy. So I think that's what they came up with, was to say that this shit all started from her saying his music is trash. That way she could continue to play the victim role. But we all know that, and this is where it's crazy. Like it was publicly said, by Kylie Jenner that she kicked her out the party and she was drunk, belligerently drunk. So for her to act like she's so like, I think when she hit the stand, it's gonna be the worst thing to happen to her in her life, and she made that bed, so she got to lay in it. You know what I'm saying? But for the prosecution, that's a weak opening statement. A horrible opening statement. That's a horrible accusation to say that that's what caused the initial shooting. And I would say that no matter what the defense has to say at this point, it's a walk in the park on the opening statements. I'm not saying on the case, but I'm just saying for day one, if I have to give a victory to somebody, it would definitely be the defense. So let's get into what the defense had to say as their opening statements. So they made the opening statements that basically saying Tory arrived at the party by himself. When he got there, Meg and Kelsey were already there. He got to flirting with Kylie a little bit, which kind of we don't know for what reason pissed Meg off. Meg and him kind of got into a slight little argument there. Kelsey felt like it was time for them to leave, and she kicked everybody out. But according to Tory, he only kicked Meg out. According to the defense, he only kicked Meg out, and Tory was going with her because they were drunk. You know what I'm saying? So, he was giving them a ride or whatever, taking them back to wherever they were staying at out in LA. So he said that when they got in the car, him and Meg was arguing initially. And he said that Kelsey was kind of defending Meg too much. So he threw in her face that, Meg ran behind her and fucked the baby and Ben Simmons after she did too. So this was a pattern. And kind of let her know that he was fucking Meg too at the time, which caused the spark of argument between Kelsey and Meg. And that's when Meg suggested stop the car. She wanted to get out. Driver, who was the security guy at the time, stopped the car so she could get out. She got out the car, walked around to Kelsey's side, opened the door, and started fighting the bitch. And that's where they kind of stopped it at. But they're pretty much implicating that Kelsey was the shooter. Tory Lanez is not the shooter. And it is a fact when I went back to check the details that they're saying both of them had gunpowder on their hands.
Okay.
But you still, to me, and I'll go first on this one. For one, I want to know, and if I'm the defense, my first question is, Kelsey, why the fuck did you even touch a gun, period? And in order to have gunpowder on your hand, you would have had to touch the gun immediately after it was fired. That to have residue on your hands. You know what I'm saying? You can't touch it 30 seconds, 40 seconds after it's been fired and the gun's starting to cool down. You have to be to touch that motherfucker as soon as you hear the pow. You got your hands on that gun. It's the only way you're getting that on you. So to me, it's no, she can't even, and she is going to be, Kelsey will testify on the prosecutor's behalf. So she's going to be a witness for Meg. But I do know that the defense has subpoenaed Kylie Jenner and Kylie Jenner's boyfriend. So they're both subpoenaed to come to court on Tory's behalf. Along with one of the 5 eyewitnesses. I think they're calling 2 out of the 5 eyewitnesses from that neighborhood that I guess stories make sense and they seen, the altercation. So, like I said, to me, the defense has a strong case because of the simple fact. I think that what they're saying is consistent with what Kylie Jenner has already went public and said about kicking Meg out and how drunk she was, how belligerently drunk she was. It also kind of gives some detail to why there could have been an altercation or a fight between Kelsey and Megan that day. And especially with a dude throwing in another female's face what another female that done to you wrong in the heat of the moment, I can see how that could trigger somebody. You know what I'm saying? Either one of them.
Right. And one of them not being a celebrity and the other one being a celebrity. And it's like, yo, she outdoing me and she ain't even the star. I could see why she getting mad, but we noticing a pattern here when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion. You know, allegedly, like we noticed that there's always liquor involved, and she's always getting belligerently drunk and doesn't know how to behave herself once the liquor's in the system. Not just in this case, but her former record label before she joined Rock Nation also made these claims as well too, that she would be belligerently drunk and wouldn't know how to control herself. Then you gotta also think like, all right, you mess with the baby. He doesn't. I mean, the same time you messing with another man, which Tory Lanez. Then you got a Ben Simmons, a basketball player. You messing with him as well. Like there's a pattern that's going on here. You out here giving that good wop, Megan.
I
Allegedly.
don't know if it's good, but I mean, let's just be realistic speaking from the standpoint of men. If Meg throw the pussy at you, you probably gonna fuck. You at least gonna fuck to see how the pussy is, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's good or bad, but I just don't see too many dudes, especially regular guys, and including athletes and entertainers, that's gonna turn down Meg Thee Stallion throwing pussy at you, bro. It's not gonna happen, bro. You're not turning that down.
Nah.
You would have to be one hell of a nigga or love your wife to turn that down. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I ain't even gonna lie now. If she throw it to me now, everything going on, I'll still do it.
Oh no, I'm not fucking her now. She's trouble, man. You know, ain't no telling what that might lead to, man. She scares me, bro. She makes me feel like at this point she one of them motherfuckers that will fuck a basic nigga like me and then say it was rape the next day. Like,
Oh
well,
God.
he ain't got enough followers, so I can't take. I don't want this to destroy my career. That nigga raped me. She strikes me as that type of woman, bro. And I'm like, bitch, I'm glad I recorded this shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It has to be one of those, like, to save your life. Like, I see her as a person who, to save her face, she'll say anything. She'll say
Yeah.
anything, bro. To save face, to make sure that she don't look bad, she'll say whatever. No, and it doesn't matter who it's affecting and how bad it affects them, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and I think ultimately that's what's gonna be the destruction for her in this case, and ultimately her career. I don't care who's Megan Thee Stallion fans and who's going to ride or die with her, no matter what this case is. They psycho to me too. But the reality of it is, there's going to be no marketing. There's not going to be any endorsers that are going to want anything to do with her after this case, bro, especially if she's found out to be a liar. And that's where the career is going to go down the drain because you have nobody to pay for your advertising and marketing and promotion at this point. I think Rock Nation is going to cut ties with her. They've never been, they cut ties with Meek Mill, bro. And Meek Mill has not been as messy or as sloppy as what Meg has done in the last couple of years, fam.
Right.
So if you can easily part ways with Meek, I don't see no reason why they would keep any attachments to Meg after, if this shit goes the way it's looking so far. Interesting statement, bro. From our first video, I was mad because this motherfucker put that shit in my DM instead of putting it in the comment section. Please, ladies and gentlemen, man, stay out the DM with it, man. If you got something to say, particularly about one of the episodes that we do, please drop it in the comment section. We will respond to you for sure. We will respond, but I ain't trying to hide that off in my DM, man. I got real shit going on in real life, man. I ain't trying to read that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, my head need to be in a certain place when I'm. Anyway, man, moving forward, man. He said, yo, this ain't about really right or wrong. He said he feels us, but it's not about right or wrong in this situation. It's about not throwing our black queens under the bus. And said that we should more so be doing that to these Karens out here and protect our black queens. Bro, if that wasn't the goofiest shit to say to a dude like me, bro, Like, don't say that type of shit to me. Man. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, bro. That's like, no, first off, man, your problem is you think that's a queen. That's your first problem. That's not a queen, my nigga. That's not a queen. And I don't give a fuck. Put yourself in that man's shoes. It's not throwing nobody under the bus if somebody accused you of shooting them and you didn't shoot them. That's not throwing somebody under the bus. And bro, we have no reason, no right to protect any woman that's out here lying and also trying to destroy the livelihood of a black man. You simps gotta tighten up, man. You niggas are not only lay your coat down over a puddle and let a bitch walk over it, you motherfuckers willing to sacrifice your lives, man. Hey, bro, we don't feel like you, and no, we don't feel you, dog. To throw somebody under the bus is to be a part of a crime or a heist or something involved with somebody, and then to save face for yourself, you throw their business out there, which cause detriment to them. In this situation where she's playing the victim allegedly, there's no way you can throw her under the bus.
And then
you can only protect yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah, then even furthermore, it's like, yo, nobody's throwing her under the bus. We're telling the truth. How can you be mad at two reporters in this sense that are just stating the facts? I don't care who it is, black, white, whomever, was stating the truth. You know what I mean? Now, some of our old stuff, you know, got lost in the sauce because we're telling the truth at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And then that's why we here on Plug Talk today, because of that. But with that being said, we can't lie, and that's what's been going on, man, in our community. We've been lying to these women for so long that they get away with possibly putting a man's life on hold for at least 25 years. He's not going to be able to support his family. And he got a family. And not only his direct family, but people that work for him, that their lives are going to be in jeopardy because of that. And you want us to protect the black queen? Come on,
I think
man. Go ahead.
That's not, like I said, for one, yo, and that's what we definitely, me and you gonna practice doing on this motherfucker. Yo, if y'all women that are queens for real ain't gonna step up to the plate and separate yourselves and disown women that do foul shit, kind of similar to what we think at this time that Meg is doing. You know, and until the verdict comes out, we're not 100% sure on this, but we're giving you the facts that we know of, and then we're giving you our insight, what we think from what we're seeing and what we're hearing in real time, just like y'all. But the problem I have with this generation is it's not about right or wrong to them. It's about who's their friend or who they like the most. And they think that being real, having honor, and being loyal is lying with them no matter how wrong they are. And there's nothing honorable about that.
Right.
I got friends, but guess what? I'm not going to lie for none of them. If they involved in some shit where I got to lie for them, you'll see me back the fuck away.
Right.
I firmly believe in right being right and wrong being wrong. I'm not about to get involved with you and nothing you wrong about, and I'm a real enough friend. I'm gonna tell your ass you dead the fuck wrong. Don't call me about this one no more. Period. It's not about who we like and who you think, because you think she a queen or I think this motherfucker's a real. It's not. It's about right is right and wrong is wrong, man. All that picking sides and choosing sides and just standing on one side because that's where you rock with, it's corny to me. It's corny, it's destructive, it's chaotic, and it has no structure to it. There's nothing good that can come out of being a part of lying and dishonorable shit. What do you think the outcome of that leads to?
That's gonna be detrimental. That's gonna be
absolutely.
And
not only to the person you protected, But eventually it's gonna be detrimental to you. It's gonna be all y'all downfall. That shit gonna catch up.
Right.
You know, karma's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You can only get away with that shit for so long.
And whomever that is that sent that song to the DM, oh yeah, we going Instagram live and we got some stuff in store for you, bro. So come along, man. Don't leave no more DMs. Like he said, put it in the comments. Or yo, come on Instagram live, show your face if you got the heart.
Don't listen to D Marachi. I'ma light your ass up. You come to Instagram live, bro. Don't come over there, bro. Don't come over there, bro. Stay in your safe zone, man. Stay in Trollville. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come over there for real. Show your face. You gonna regret that day. You gonna regret that day. Simp ass nigga. But getting back to the subject at hand, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to throw that because it's just strange the narrative that some people are taking in this, and I can see that a lot of people's narratives are based off of her celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And how they view her, you know, from the far distance they see her. And I get that. You know, I know more about Meg the Stallion than I do about Tory Lanez. I can even say I was even closer to being a fan of Meg's work before I could say I would have been a fan of Tory's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I knew more about Meg than I knew about Tory prior to this.
But this is the thing. All we can do is take what's in front of us and just tell the truth. That's it. And that's all we're doing. And we're calling a spade a spade. We don't have no affiliation with Tory. We don't have no affiliation
with Meg neither. I've never met neither one of them. Never had no dealings with them. Don't know too much about them. No more than what we seeing and we do research for.
And you know what I'm saying? And we do research. This ain't we ain't just coming out of thin air with this. This is research. It hurts. I mean, it hurts us to do this, but we gotta do this. And we giving it to y'all. You know what I mean?
Like that's a fact. Cause some of this shit I can care less about. But just to make sure that y'all can get the facts and get a real perspective, we giving y'all this. So it's no need to attack us. No need to attack our stance. If you have a stance and you would like to express that, or you have a perspective that you think we're overlooking, like Demarachi said, we are going Instagram live. You can catch us in the lives and you can address the topics or the issues or your perspective that you want to give. You can do that there. But listen, man, we ain't doing nothing more than giving y'all the facts and then giving y'all our perspective of those facts.
Right.
And we welcome y'all to come do the same thing, whether it's in the comment section, whether it's over Instagram Live. Just stay the fuck out my DMs, though. Straight up, man. Straight up. But what do you think from hearing both opening statements? You kind of gave me your opinion on the prosecution. What do you think about the defense?
I think that defense, based off of what's been going on from the past 2 years in the history of things, I think that it's what I would perceive as more accurate based off of even people outside of this case, what they're saying. It seems it seems like, okay, if someone is constantly saying that this person's trouble, and then it comes to find out that they are trouble, where there's smoke, there's fire at the end of the day. And the common denominator is Megan in this situation.
I agree 100%, man. I agree.
I mean, so
it's not, and you know, I don't know the outcome of this shit. I have a pretty strong prediction, and I'll be willing to take a Vegas bet on it for sure. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. I've heard a lot of messy shit about Meg prior to this case, during this case, and up until this point, she was just messy shit this summer. Um, I don't. I haven't really heard too much shit about Tory, especially on the messy side prior to this situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything I was hearing about him was definitely music related. It was definitely him on his grind musically. Like you said, I think he hit one of his hottest points right around that pandemic time. But I mean, right around that pandemic time is when I really started to kind of get familiar with the guy and finally hear enough buzz about him to want to check out some of his work. And it was right around the same time that this situation happened between them two. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, this ain't really my cup of tea, but I did extensive research on it. I think this is a funny ass case. I think this is probably one of the most interesting cases in the hip hop world since 6ix9ine shit. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be, especially if I don't know if you mentioned if I mentioned it earlier or not, but the defense has subpoenaed Kylie Jenner and her boyfriend to come to testify for the defense.
Right.
Basically, to be an eyewitness to what they did see. I guess from the party, and I guess the boyfriend seen a little bit of Kelsey and Megan fighting. So you know what I'm saying. What do you think about them two? Do you think they're gonna actually come and testify, or do you think they're gonna find a way to wiggle out of that coming to court?
Nah, I don't think they're gonna testify. I don't think they want no part of that. She a Billy. She ain't gonna do that. She don't want to ruin her
Right.
brand at the end of the day.
Right. I feel the same way. She got too much. She has too many products that she sells the majority of that product to women of color. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's going to save face and not try to take any side. I just don't think she wants to be a part of anything messy. You
Right.
know, besides who them bras be, allegedly fucking on and doing, they little sloppy shit with. You don't see them in any drama for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't see them in any drama, man. They usually keep their nose pretty clean, probably other than some drugs or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
Allegedly.
I don't know. But yeah, I agree with you, bro. I don't think neither one of them will show up. I don't think that's going to be a bad thing for Tory. I just think that it makes a statement of them saying they just don't want to be a part of that messy shit, man. You know, I don't know if they'd be able to give a written statement and not come to court or not. I don't know how that works, but I think if that's an option, I think that'll be taken before them actually coming, showing up, and taking a stand. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I think it would be best for her. I mean, for them not to join or take the stand, because it'll just be bad at the end of the day. But I mean, it hypothetically speaking,
I
if
don't
they,
I don't know if I agree with it being bad at the end of the day. I don't know if I really agree with that. I just think that they're just the type of people that's not going to get involved in that shit anywhere it go. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah,
It
so
just don't have nothing to do with making no money. So if it ain't making no money, I don't think they with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the girl's a Billy, so she about that bag for real. You know what I'm saying?
definitely. And but if they did take the stand, hypothetically speaking, and they came with the story that supposedly happened, this would just show a pattern, you know what I mean, of outside of our culture, someone acting in this type of setting, in a party setting where all types of people are, and you still don't know how to control yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get belligerently drunk and then don't know how to behave because, again, you feel a certain type of way because he's flirting with that white woman. And I'm like, a lot of our sisters get a
Technically
certain
not
type.
white though, but
Okay,
I get what you said.
fair.
But I get what you said, and I've heard a lot of the kind of where they trying to divide this into race when it comes to her and her role she plays in this, and I think that's petty and childish. And once again, and this part is to the sisters, and this is definitely one of them parts where it's just like I said earlier, like the queens got to learn how to separate themselves from the hood rats and the bitches, bro. You know, and this is one of them cases I want ladies to realize when they come up with these stereotypes of black women being, well, what y'all call stereotypes of black women being masculine, overly aggressive, loud, all these belligerent type of things. These are the examples that they're pulling it from. It's situations like this, ladies, that there's not you're not seeing black men go around advocating that y'all loud and y'all crazy, and you're not seeing men saying that. Now some men are telling their stories of when they seen it, and guess what, sisters, all of y'all have seen it too. It's not a black woman that ain't seen another black woman act the fuck out before. That'd be like me saying I ain't seen another black dude do some gangster shit or some goofy shit. Definitely seen it. We know it exists. We know it's real. But this is where that comes from. Meg is on her way to being a multi-millionaire. You know what I mean? She shouldn't be acting the way she's acting no matter what. Now your career's on the line for a brief moment in time where you could not control your alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got this man tied up. If he did it, he deserves to be tied up into this. He deserves to lose his career. But if he didn't do it, not only did your actions affect you, but it also affected somebody else tremendously. Tremendously, G.
Right.
Any closing arguments on either side or closing statements you want to come with?
So this is what I'll say in closing. You know what I mean? Ladies, if it comes to find out that Megan is lying, what are y'all going to do? Are y'all going to stand up and y'all going to stand up and come on our side like the queens that y'all are? Or y'all going to just keep dragging a man just to protect your own image and be selfish? When we do things, we do this for the embetterment of us as a whole. We don't do this just for our self-pleasure. That's basically it. IV, go ahead, bro.
Man, I'm just hitting it with this, man. You know what I mean? Fellas, since Demarati covered it for the ladies, fellas, man, make better decisions than the motherfucking females you fuck with, man. Some great philosophers that back around 1992, they told me never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. Belle Biv DeVoe. A lot of y'all motherfuckers need to go listen to that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Just because a girl got a pretty face, a nice waist, and a big ass, man. Quit going heads over heels for these motherfuckers. We done seen in the last year also several rappers lose their life behind those type of setups, man. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with it, like y'all gotta make better decisions with the type of females you dealing with, so you don't have to worry about being in these situations, man. Some of y'all cats need to polish the fuck up, man. You know, I know a lot of y'all didn't start getting pussy till y'all start getting money, man. But I don't mean you gotta try to jump into all the pussy in the world because you got a bag. Because remember this, if that bitch ain't shit, she know you got a bag too. And you might look like a steak dinner to some hungry motherfuckers. So on that note, we gonna shut this thing down, man. Any words before I kick these motherfuckers out, Demarachi?
Let me just do this. Thank y'all for watching this video. Appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, and one more also thing. Watch our previous video, Megan Got Caught Lying, and our other previous videos with Essence. Shout out to her, and on our takeoff video as well. And follow this like y'all follow all these other series, like on what is it? Dang, on all these other streaming platforms and everything.
Show brothers some love is what he's saying, man. But I'm sick of y'all already. So you ain't gotta go home, but you definitely gotta get the fuck out of here. It's Plug Talk. Peace and blessings.